is episode 1 of the Need This Message podcast. What makes it a podcast? The fact that I have a microphone. Also, I did this mainly to set it apart from other things I do. I usually do these readings, but right now, like these oracle cards, I made these cards myself, and I will do a video when I have time to show people how to make their own cards. I might even sell my PDF files. I won't be making cards to send people. And I also can't find a POD company to do it. Moving on. That's not what I'm doing right now. I actually haven't put out a video in several days, and that is really not like me. But I just haven't been able to. I just haven't been able to. I apologize if you hear a train. I have to strike while the iron's hot here and just talk while I feel inspired to talk about this. But yeah, the past few days, I have just really, in my spirit, and I know I'm not the only one, there's a big spiritual shift. A lot of us are going through this right now. I've seen a few other people on my feed say the same thing. They feel like they've had a spiritual reset. It's especially been since like Thursday. It's like something happened to me. Like I had some pre-recorded readings, and that's what I do. I take it very seriously, and I do it in batches. But I couldn't even do it. It just makes my stomach sick. And I do have complex PTSD, just so you know. And I do go to therapy for it. But it's okay. What it means for me is that I get certain physical symptoms like nausea, migraines, other things, like true physical ailments from stress, from triggers, from things that I think about. And I didn't know that's what it was for a long time. So yeah, there's definitely a mind-body connection. But honestly, leaning into it has kind of been good for me because it narrows my path. It narrows my focus. It's a good thing. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Focus on what makes you feel good, on what gives you dopamine in a good way. And if people pleasing gives you dopamine, because it does some people, it's in their human design. I'm not a human design coach. Go to needthismessage.com if you want a free human design chart. I'm a manifester. Our strategy is to inform. I'm letting you know, get your strategy and your not self theme. It'll tell you a lot about yourself. I know a lot about mine, but I can't tell you about yours. I don't get dopamine in a good way from being told what to do. I need my complete freedom. So I'm just here to let you know. I'm just here to inform you that's what I'm doing. But I'm also letting you know, go do that too. Because some people, as I talk about this and I realize their dopamine, some people really people pleasing. That's what they want to do is people please. And for me, manifestors, that's what my human design is. When we're forced to people please, which a lot of us are, that's what caused this. That's what caused some of my trauma, PTSD. It's okay though. Please, no apologies, no hugs or anything. I'm just letting you know. It's okay. Certain things trigger me, like the cards. When the cards start triggering me, you know what that is? That's God. That's Spirit's way of telling me. Go with what you're supposed to do. The message, this channel is called Need This Message, so the message changes. I could change my mind. You know what? After saying this, I could release it. It could be a trigger. It just needed to be released. And tomorrow I'll be like, oh, readings, whatever. When I started this channel, it was actually originally just channeled messages. Then I started doing the cards because it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it right now. But people are going to ask, so let me address this. This is not my actual hair. This is a ponytail extension from the TikTok shop. And this is actually a hat. But yeah, this is look. You don't believe me? But I like the separation. What's funny is I felt sick about doing any videos. I was actually this close to just completely deleting all of my social media, everything, and just going away. Train. I've just been so burnt out. And what happened was I just decided the past few days I just didn't feel like doing videos anymore because it just feels like the weight of the world's on my shoulders at times. Some of you might know what I'm saying. That's why I'm telling you this. I'm not saying this because I need advice, because I already know the direction I need to go. I'm just saying, I believe you're getting the same download as well. And I know I felt ridiculous. I'm like, really? I'm just supposed to just do what's fun for me for a minute here? Yeah, follow your dopamine in a good way, because it's easy to get it from anger. And when I mention that, everybody always thinks I mean DV. You can look that up. You can Google what DV means. And also some people want to argue with me. No, I learned this many years ago from a therapist. Many years ago, and it always confirmed for me when I bring it up. Anger and dopamine like that. If you've ever left a troll comment, you've gotten your dopamine from anger. If you've ever left a bad review because you're just in the moment, oh, they deserve this, you know. If you've ever done really anything mean to someone and felt like they deserved it. I shouldn't even say mean. I mean, even anytime, like, just think about it. Like, it happens all the time. Even if you're angry on behalf of someone else. I feel like a lot of times people do that because they're masking their own anger. You know, like that's why you got to be careful. Like, I used to not realize the power of my social media platform, and I would respond to comments on TikTok and not realize I was sending people to get bullied. And I hate that now. I'm so mad at myself for that because I didn't see it that way, because I'm not the type of person who does that, but other people do. They're crusaders. They think they're doing you a favor. Well, I see it all the time. People standing for other creators, you know, all these negative comments, and when people do that, you know, when you're fighting a good fight on behalf of somebody, it's another example of dopamine from anger. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying, the download I've been getting for a long time is dopamine will help repair our DNA and help get us out of here. I got a deeper download than that, but I feel like that's all I'm really supposed to say. But so anyway, kind of coming full circle here. What I did over the weekend, I didn't do any reading videos. I just let it all go. I've got so many downloads, just so much information that I feel like I'm supposed to share, that I know I'm supposed to share. What you do with it is your business, but my job is to share the information. It could just be so overwhelming at times that the burnout, like, that's why I do the cards, because the cards sort of give me like a beginning and end, like, supposed to save my energy. Well, lately it's been like, I dread doing the cards, and my dread of doing the cards has gotten in the way of everything else. It's disturbed my peace, in other words. It's made it so I'm not really, you know, I'm not doing what feels good to me. We live in a time where you can do what feels good to you and publish it online, or somehow make money with it. We live for that time. Don't worry about what our ancestors had to do. We live for right now. You came to this earth right now. When I talk about ancestors, what I'm saying is a lot of people feel bad, like, making money online, or like, let's even say the samples I got from TikTok. I manifested this stuff, and I'm grateful for it. And so I spent my weekend making videos that were fun for me, about things that were fun for me. And I just kept thinking in the back of my mind that I'm like, I gotta go back. I gotta start doing this again, or do the readings or something. But I gotta post on this channel. I can't just let it go. Like, I'm trying to build this up here. Like, this is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do. So it's just been terrible, but my brain would just wouldn't let me. But you know what's funny is following my dopamine, doing what makes me happy. And by that, I mean, like, TikTok shop, honestly, they overwhelmed me with samples there for a while, to the point where it really burnt me out. Where it's like, I know it sounds like fun. It sounds like, oh, you got all this stuff for free or whatever. But when you don't have a place to put it, and when you know, suddenly you have like reading videos to do, and suddenly like 20 sample videos, and these sellers don't just want one video now. They want 1, 2, 3, 4 videos, and they want these hashtags, and they want that. And so I'm very careful now. I don't just get all those samples. Now I'm actually doing stuff I'm excited about. So it was fun. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to follow my fun. I'm going to follow what makes me feel good. Even though there are horrible things going on in the world. Same advice for you. You have to go within. You have to do what heals you. Because things could change tomorrow for all of us, okay? Things could change for any of us. Even people going through that stuff right now. Everything can change in a blink of an eye. So what I did was I just did videos about this sweater and stuff, and videos about this hair, this ponytail extension, because I just enjoyed. I've always liked wigs. I've always enjoyed fake hair, and I'm like, you know, I'm so grateful that I have something I can do. I can just make these videos, not because anyone in person is going to see them, but because I want to make them. I could do cosplay if I wanted to, just do videos. That's kind of what this is for me, because I'd rather just sort of hide. I don't like the attention. I don't want the attention in person. I put this hat on, and I put this sweater on, and as soon as I put this hat on over this hair, suddenly I'm like, oh, I feel like doing a video now. Because I think I felt separated from it. It made me feel like it was fun. I'm like, oh, I feel like I dressed up. That's weird, isn't it? Like, and it's very introverted, and I get really upset when people call me an introvert, because I'm not shy. I'm actually extroverted. I'm actually extroverted by nature, but I've become more introverted. Some of you can probably relate. I think it's just the nature of things spiritually. Anyway, I followed my dopamine. I made this, just putting on a hat. That's all it took. What a stupid thing. I know. I've had this hat for like a month. And I hadn't done a video about it yet. But I just happened to put it on today. And then all of a sudden, putting it on over this hair. And I'm like, I felt like doing a video. My dopamine flowed towards like this video that I've been putting off. Anyway, next episode will be the outline of a book I'm working on. I'm just going to drop the outline and leave it. It's called Talking Your Way Out of the Matrix. I'm just going to end with this, though. You have no fear. You are calm and centered in all situations. You got this. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.